our Bally Sports was just as funny. So check out our guys and what they had to do and what they saw from last night.
By sprinkler in a non-public area. And let's take a look at the chronology of this, because the fire alarms went off just before we were going to start the fourth quarter. The seating bowl was evacuated, and then Mike Budenholzer said, you know what? We're done. We're out of here. And so the Milwaukee Bucks did leave the playing surface, apparently in the loading dock, players carrying food. There's Chris Middleton with 2 trays of something that he did not share with anybody, and the Bucks hauling their equipment out and basically saying, we're done. But now fans returning to FedExForum, our information is that the league has not said this game is over and done with. We still have 12 minutes of basketball yet to be played. We need to get the Milwaukee Bucks back on the floor, back in uniform, and through a warm-up period. And both teams really obviously need to go through a warm-up period. And Brevin, just when you thought you had seen or heard everything, we got something else going on.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. Kevin Harlan wants to know. He wants to know what's going on also.
Kevin has called some of the greatest moments on radio of animals running across the football field and streakers in the Super Bowl, and we've got a fire alarm, and Kevin just gives us a wave. This can't compare.
There was some good moments sprinkled in last night's game.
Hey, he's on fire.
Oh, wait a second. So CJ did it first, and I'm tired. He was like, well,
I just gave him the sprinkle. I told him he's on the sprinkle. I mean, come on. It just keeps going. If we're going to lean in, we might as well lean in
Jesus.
on rise and grind at this point.
Oh, man. I felt like, so Jessica and I were there. We were sitting on the same row, and so we were there and seeing what happened was, And I feel as if you had to have been there live to really experience it, because what happened was we're all just trying to figure out what's happening. I'm not even gonna lie, I was asking about the French fries. The waffle fries are back at FedExForum, and I will say I wanted to evacuate first for safety. When I found out we had to stay, I said, "What happened to the French fries?" Because the French fries, I'm sure the French fries were already being fried. Mm-hmm. So I said, should we go back there and get some? Yeah. Because you don't want to waste it, right? And no one's back there. But once we got past that conversation, that's when we did see the Bucks organization as a team, as a whole. But Coach Butt was the first to walk out with this suitcase saying, let's go home. We're going home.
Yeah. When Mike Budenholzer rolled his suitcase across the court at FedExForum, we were like, oh, so it's over. And then we were still there for 45 more minutes because it was still a question. I do want to say, going back to that clip from Bally Sports, I need to know every single one of those fans who came back and looked like they were rushing to get back into the building. Those are the realest fans I have ever seen, because for the most part, the mentality is it's a preseason game. If I evacuate a preseason game as a fan, odds are I'm probably not going back in. You know what? I saw 3 quarters of great basketball. I saw Ja Morant ball out. I'm good. Those fans wanted to come back in. They weren't done. I would like each of those fans to have the opportunity to come back for even a regular season Grizzlies game. Those are the realest of the real. But I will shout out Pete Pranica, Brevin Knight, Rob Fisher. They were on that whole time. Just fill. And once again, the Grizzlies are so lucky to have them because they do it well.
And it was everyone's broadcast team that was walking around. Just as Pete Pranica was giving a shout out to Kevin Harlan, everybody was walking around. I went back and watched the TNT broadcast and see what they were saying too. And Kevin Harlan was saying, have never seen anything happen like this before. I've never seen a team just kind of walk out before it gets called. You normally wait for NBA PR or someone from the NBA office to call the game. But because everyone had to sit there and wait, and because it technically wasn't officially suspended, you had to keep doing your broadcast. And I know they tossed it back to their studio, but even I was talking to Zora, she's like, they're walking around, and Stephanie Ray, they're walking around saying, okay, what information can I get? What are we going to say? And as we sit here and wait, because I left it was 9:50, and at that point, we knew that it was going to be called, but you're still waiting for it to be called. I said, look, I'm going to go check on my car, go make sure the steering wheel still works. Go ahead and see if it cranks up. I had to make sure it was all good.
And then just take it for a little drive.
Take it for a small drive. And then by the time I got to Carrierville, the game was officially suspended. And I said, you know what? I can't imagine. But it was hilarious to, once we figured out everyone was safe, it was hilarious to witness everyone Bucks walking out. I told you, I said, could you imagine And I told our PR guy, Jason, I said, could you imagine being that like bold and big to say, I'm
out.
I'm out. Like that takes a lot of like, you just know you are somebody. Like you can do that.
The game does not go on without me.
And we're good.
Yeah.
Bring the wings, which shout out to Wing Guru. Bring the wings and let's get out of here.
Who decided Brandon Middleton should carry the wings? How much trust do you? Oh,
Yeah.
Chris. Why did I say Brandon? Chris Middleton. Excuse me. Like,
Brandon
how much-
Jennings, Chris Middleton.
Well, he
Milwaukee
wasn't
Bucks.
playing.
Maybe
He
that's
needed
why.
something to do.
I know a Brandon
Brandon
Middleton.
Jennings.
Like
You know Brandon Middleton?
I know Brandon Middleton.
Do you like him?
Brandon's cool. He's
Okay,
all right. He's
shout
a
out
friend
to-
of a friend.
shout
Shout
out
out
to
Brandon
Brandon
Middleton.
Middleton.
BM baby, holla at your boy. But no, who decided Middleton got to carry the wings? Like
He
that's a
hadn't
lot
done
of
anything.
That's a lot of trust in one individual. Because if you give me the wings, I'm going to eat some of them as
There
I'm
were
walking.
Is it
also
trust?
multiple wing carriers.
But yeah, well, it was
Yeah.
Chris Middleton. Drew had some wings too, but Chris had two.
Yeah.
Two trays. I thought to myself, is it trust or is it just common sense and smart? Like I know if that was me, I'm bringing both too. 'Cause I'm like, I'm gonna make sure I get some. It's not y'all trusting me. It's me trusting myself to make sure I get a plate. And I'm sure the second tray was the fries. I'm assuming you can't have wings without fries. So
Especially
you probably
Wing
have the
Guru.
honey gold, lemon pepper. I like the honey gold from Wing Guru. But
It's so good. So I witnessed all of us. Obviously, we would have evacuated if need be, but we were just like testing the waters because
Yeah.
we're all set up, like headsets on. Still had a post game show to do, just a 3/4 post game show, whatever. When a fire alarm goes off, I live in an apartment, so this happens often. You probably don't have as many fire drills at the Collierville Castle. But when I just came up with that name in my head, thank you. When a fire alarm goes off, are you the kind of person who is like, okay, we got to evacuate, we got to get out of here? Or are you the person who says, well, do I really need to take the stairs right now? Should we wait it out?
So I'm gonna tell you where I was at the arena, and I don't do as I say, you know, or do. I want to be better. I'm striving to be better. I was going to the restroom. So at the end of the quarter, because you couldn't hear the alarm going off, like I got up to go to the restroom, maybe like 30 seconds left. And so I was like, oh, let me go to the restroom really quickly. And so I was going to the restroom and I decided to go up in the bowl restroom. And so I was going up and then I come out, I hear the alarms. People are still like walking like normal. So then I dip my head back into the game. The game was still being played. I had a couple people ask me because they saw that I worked, they saw my badge. Oh, are we evacuating? I said, no, I said, it's fine. Like, no, we're good. Kept going. So then the restroom line was too long. So then I tried to take the elevator, and the lady's like, ma'am, you can't take the elevator. I said, why? The alarm's going off. And I said, oh, yeah, but they're still playing. She said, no, now we're starting to evacuate. So that probably should answer your question of...
Okay.
And I gave people the wrong advice.
You
and
and
I'm
Chris
so
are
sorry.
on the same
I do
same
apologize.
side.
You're the person who gets up?
Well, so
in college,
I was-
were you that person? Because college
Well, no, so-
dorms,
okay.
everyone's alarm went off.
Yeah, so you have to go back in time. Like, I was deathly afraid of fire growing up. Like, I didn't let my mom light candles in our house until I was in, like, middle of high school. Like, I was petrified that I had a recurring nightmare that there was, like, a witches convention at our house, and I got stuck in a, like, little drawer, and I burned alive. Dead serious. This was the weirdest dream that I had as a kid. So, very scared of fire. So when I went to college, you don't want to be that person who leaves after every fire alarm because it's never a real fire alarm. So I had to learn and transition into being that person who's like, it's cool. It's not a real fire. It's just a fire alarm. It's going to be okay. Now with Chris, in our building, it can get a little frustrating. It happens every so often, but he is very much, he'll take 30 minutes. If the building was actually burning down, we're toast.
You would smell something.
It is game over. You remember when that electrical fire happened and all the
Yeah.
power went out downtown? That was our building. Do you know who the last people out in the parking lot were that day? Us too.
Yeah, I'm that person.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
The
I am
stairs
that person.
are, it's just you're so comfortable and
Yeah.
you're in the middle of doing whatever you do. If you're asleep, oh my God, then it's like really the worst. But I realized yesterday, I was like, oh, I am transitioning into you stick around with someone long enough and you become that person because I wasn't going to leave unless they made us leave.
We're not, as we said, don't do as we say.
No.
Do not be like us. Do
Smokey the
not
Bear would not be proud.
Check this
like
out.
us.
Any alarm goes off, I'm out.
Really?
Fire alarm,
Really?
I'm out. Tornado sirens,
surprises
I'm
me.
done. I don't play with none of it because I'm the type, it would be me. If something goes wrong, it would be me that it would go wrong too. That is my fear. It's like, no, I can't play with this. I'll
I
mess
think
around and
college
trip
ruins
going
a lot of
down
people,
the
though.
stairs.
Yeah.
I think it's college. I mean, you're a good person, CJ. Like, there's one thing that you
arguably.
will in this situation. You're a good person in that one. But I do think college ruins a lot of people because when you do live in dorms, that is like every Friday night, Saturday night after the club, someone's going to pull the alarm. And after you do it one time, then you're just like, girl, roll over and go back to sleep. It's fine. It's cool.
Make that pillow into a sandwich around your ears.
Mentality. And I think like these big events, and I know times are scarier now. So times are really scary. So, once we found out that it was actually real, because like I said, I kept looking back and I said, well, the game is playing. Let's be honest. The people who are most valuable, I mean, God values my life. He values all of our lives, all the same. But when I saw the players still playing, I was like, well, once I saw them going to the tunnel, I was like, well, let me see. Let me go ahead and figure this out. And then we got the word real quick. It's like, well, let me go ahead and just sit here and just wait and go find some French fries, which I did not find.
Well, hopefully, I know. I was really hoping that you were going to bring some back down. I had a nice Tupperware of spinach, which is no French fries.
Actually, literally went looking, so...
I know.
They lock things. They lock things up before they evacuate, which is good to know.
Maybe Saturday.
Saturday's good to know. But I just thought there might be some fries in the little container. Like, oh, they're already good. I don't want to waste them. I was trying to help.
Attention,
and they're back.
FedExForum. In future fire alarm situations, please lay fries out for Megan.
Me.
Like Santa Claus, you lay out the cookies. Like just lay out a little tray of waffle fries for Megan.
Pick it up and then I'll pick it up on my way to
just a trail of fries in containers. Trail of fries down the stairs to get Megan out.
It's like, remember in E.T. when they lay down like the Reese's Pieces? Yeah. If you need Megan to go anywhere, just lay down a little trail of waffle fries. But make sure to put them in a bowl because like she's not going to eat them off the ground. Like, let's be honest.
Thank you very much.